who bore me, Mama who gave me your way to handle things, who made me so sad, Mama the weeping, Mama the angels, no sleep in heaven, for Bethlehem.
The rock musical. Most similar to jukebox musicals, shows like Mamma Mia, Jersey Boys, and Moving Out, which featured songs from one artist, this new Broadway era ushered in during the 1960s, introduced new musicals like Hair and Bye Bye Birdie. These shows pushed aside the original thought of big Broadway orchestras and began using rock instruments like guitars, drums, and keyboards. The music was faster, the energy was greater, and the shows pushed more boundaries than before as they took new risks on the stage. This age began a decline in the 1980s with the reintroduction of operas like Les Miserables and Phantom of the Opera, but was quickly reintroduced in the 1990s with the creation of Rent, a new age rock musical which was the first of many more to come, such as Avenue Q, In the Heights, and Spring Awakening.
The idea of having kind of rock music, but then also having this kind of really cool narrative that's happening within the context of these songs, all of these different aspects of theater, when you kind of put that together with rock music, to me that was a very kind of exciting, idea.
We're going to talk about the history and evolution of rock musical theater. There was a change in musical theater in the late 60s where you got away from all the schmaltzy orchestras and the make-believe storylines into more reality, and you had shows such as Joseph and Technicolor Dreamcoat, Hair. Then along came Andrew Lloyd Webber, and then you had other musicals such as Hair, Tommy, and you didn't use traditional instruments. You might use guitars, synthesizers, and drums, and a beat to the music. And it reached a whole new generation of people in musical theater.
I don't do sadness, not even a little bit. Just don't need it in my life, don't want any part of it.
If we talk about the evolution of Broadway and musical, but if you see in the 60s, people started to get this influence of rock and roll. They started using rock rhythms, jazz, started to come into, and it's all formed what you have now, like Spring Awakening and Rent. In the 60s, Bye Bye Birdie, real big, and they just started then, they started bringing guitars and drums.
That I find to be really exciting about it is that, you could be a young person, who just listens to their iPod all day or watches MTV and come see the show, and the music is something you can completely relate to. But you could also be a very kind of literate theater goer and, somebody who, goes to theater all the time and sees all kinds of theater and find, something really engaging about this show.
When they started, the songs would just kind of interrupt the plot line and maybe stall it out, or characters would talk about other things and their feelings or whatever, or to continue the plot line and help it move along. So like your operas. But now you have Rent and Spring Awakening, and where the songs are actually kind of like the inner monologues of the characters. So instead of having the character just stand on stage and talk to you for 20 minutes, they're going to sing it in a rock and roll format with a microphone. In the early days of theater, things were done to teach lessons, and even now, the shows still teach a lesson. However, they've become, the lesson that they teach is more out there. It deals with more real life issues, for example, homosexuality, drug use, AIDS, disease, you know what I mean? Spring Awakening, the communication lines between the parents, the adults in the era, and the children. When now you have almost full nudity on stage in a good number of shows. Curse words are said. Actually, the first draft of Spring Awakening was banned from the stage in the 1800s because it dealt with all of these things that people thought were bad to talk about in public.
It's too unreal, all this.
When I
went on my first audition, I realized it was different.
It's racy.
To marijuana. Just the bitch of living is someone you can't stand. It's like just kiss some ass, man. Then you can screw them all. It's the bitch of living.
Rent. Oh my god, bro,
There was a lot of good energy parts.
I like the music. It's really good. It's compelling.
So, let's go out tonight, okay? And there was so much energy on stage. The whole show was so modern, contemporary. I like Ryan because he has to deal with real life issues. And about friendship.
We use a lot of improvisation. We have a lot of freedom with the actors on stage.
I love it because it's different and it's edgy and the music is fabulous, of course. Just everything about the show has such a great message and about day by day and love life. It's great.
I like this play because it deals with the real issues of life.
La vie bohème.
Wine and beer. To handcrafted beers made in local breweries. To yoga, to rice and beef and cheese. To leather, to dildos, to curry vindaloo. To huevos, rancheros, and Maya Angelou. Emotion, devotion, to causing a commotion. Creation, vacation.
Mucho masturbation.
From passion to fashion, to passion when it's new.
To Santa.
To stand high in anything taboo. There's only
Parting into live or live in fear. No other path, no other way.
women, what is it about them? Can't live with them all around them. Take me for what I am, who I was meant to be. And if you give a damn, take me, baby.